This week on TechRap, HTC One Mini is official and a new Nexus 7 is on its way. We show you how to use Google Voice Search in Filipino. And get your retro gaming fix with our app of the week, Attack of the Spooklings. Hi, I'm Michael Josh, and this is TechRap, your weekly source for tech news, gadget reviews, app recommendations, and social media tips. We're starting off this episode with the letters S and G. S is for the letter Samsung uses for its line of smartphones. We're all familiar with the Galaxy S4. And then G is the letter for LG's line. That became even clearer this week after the other South Korean tech company announces ahead of its August 7th event, it's dropping Optimus from its smartphone brand name. Its upcoming flagship smartphone will be simply known as the LG G2. More smartphone rumors became reality this week. HTC announces the HTC One Mini, the little brother of the popular HTC One. While the phone looks the same and has the same ultra-pixel camera the original HTC One is famous for, here's what's different. The HTC One Mini comes with a smaller 4.3-inch screen, a lower resolution 720p display, a less powerful processor, and a 1.6 megapixel front-facing camera versus the HTC One's 2.1 megapixel front-facing camera. HTC aims at keeping the One Mini, quote, 2 price points lower than the original HTC One. Expect the phone to hit the UK and Germany this August. Now, on to another upcoming gadget leak. Android Central publishes photos and videos of the second-generation Nexus 7. The leak reveals the next Nexus 7 will sport a redesigned look and will finally get cameras. In front, a 1.2 megapixel shooter, and on its back, a 5 megapixel main shooter. We're happy to see the 7-inch tablet will retain our favorite feature, its rubberized back plate. Could we see this new device launch as soon as Google's Breakfast with Sundar Pichai event on July 24th? In need of a quick loan to buy a new gadget or, say, start a new business? Well, a new online service allows you to take out loans at very competitive rates using your social network to determine your credit rating. The service is called Lendo. This week, Rappler's Maria Ressa talks with Lendo CEO Richard Eldridge, and he tells us the service is aimed at using technology to help the country's struggling middle class.
That not just the call center workers, but there was a huge middle class developing in the Philippines initially and then across the world. Number two, we found they had very little financial education. Number three, there was no credit rating agency in the Philippines.
Yes.
And finally, all these people used social media, and they were all on mobile. So we dug further and we said, well, there's got to be an opportunity to take some of the best practices in microfinance, but put it online, put it in a format and make it easier for these types of people to access credit and financial services. So we came up with the idea of Lendo.
To find out more, log on to their website. It's lendo with a double D.com.ph. Nokia releases its second quarter 2013 financial results, and there's good news and bad news. We'll start with the bad. The company reports a $151 million loss. That's a revenue decline of only $7.4 billion compared to $9.2 billion the same time last year. The good news, though, is that the Finnish company cements the third-place position of Windows Phone in the smartphone market. Last quarter, Nokia sold 7.4 million Lumia phones. That's more than the total number of phones that rival BlackBerry sold over the same period. Last June, in its quarter earnings report, BlackBerry reported that it sold 6.8 million BlackBerry phones. The question now is third place good enough, and are these sales results indicative of better times for troubled Nokia? Only time will tell. For a while now, Google has made it possible for users to just speak out search terms to their computers or their smartphones. The service is called Voice Search. Take a look at this demo we shot at our newsroom earlier this week. Churches in the Philippines. You can do the same on your mobile phone. Churches in the Philippines. Now, wouldn't it be great if you could speak to your phone in Filipino? That's now possible. This week, Google announces voice search now understands Filipino.
Mga simbahan sa Pilipinas.
So Google says the service will be able to understand a variety of Filipino accents, including mine. For now, it only works on the Google app on Android, but will soon come to the Chrome browser on your desktop and iOS. To enable the service, go to the Google app settings, click on Voice, then Language, then select Filipino or Pilipinas. Space Invaders meets Fruit Ninja. That's the best way to describe this week's App of the Week. If you're looking for a game where you can just spend a few minutes of your time to take out all your stress on, then check out this app from UK-based indie game developer Picaro Studios. The game is called Spooklings. Miss those old retro gaming days? Well, here's a new iOS game that brings back memories of Space Invaders and Pokemon and many others like them, with a MIDI-based soundtrack and 8-bit-like graphics. But that's not just why we like Attack of the Spooklings. The game is a stress buster, perfect for those days where you want to just take out your aggression on a bad guy. In this game, the bad guy is a spookling, out to take your village and your villagers. You swipe them away like you would a fruit in Fruit Ninja. Spooklings attack in packs and take a variety of shapes. You get more points when you kill them closer to your home. There are also red ones that zip down at a faster speed. What we don't like about the game is also probably what makes it awesome at the same time. You can't pause, so you just have to keep on going. The game won't last long though unless you have laser-quick reflexes. But that's the point. The game is perfect for quick bursts of fun or stress relief. Attack of the Spooklings comes in an ad-supported free version and a 99-cent ad-free version. And if you don't want the ads, you can shell out 99 cents for the ad-free version. And that was TechRap. For the latest news updates, don't forget, Rapper.com is on social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and Instagram. And every time we post a new update or a new episode of TechRap, you'll find out there first. I also don't mind being your tech hotline, so send me your questions via email or via Twitter. You can use the email address techrap@rapper.com or the hashtag TechRap on Twitter. Don't forget, we post new episodes every Sunday. If you're watching them on YouTube, do give us a like. It helps us a lot. That's all for this week, folks. I'm Michael Josh. Thanks for dropping by.